There was a fraction of a second during Portugal's victory over Slovenia at Euro 2024 when even the supreme self-confidence of Cristiano Ronaldo would surely have wavered. Not during one of his 8 shots in the last 16 match where he failed to score, or even when his free kick late in the game, his 60th at a major tournament for his country, bringing just a solitary goal, sailed wide from an acute angle. Don't be silly, this is the leading scorer in international football history. The moment in which, most likely, his heart was battering his ribcage was during his second penalty of the evening, having elected to change his technique after his initial spot kick was saved. Right about here, we'll come back to this in a second, but first, some context. Ronaldo's first spot kick, during extra time, was fairly routine. He skips across and into his run-up, and then hits a powerful shot angling just inside the right-hand upright. It would have been enough to score against most goalkeepers, but not Jan Oblak. The Atletico Madrid, no one and Slovenia captain anticipates the strike, gets his fingertips to the ball and nudges it onto the post. It is a stunning save. Ronaldo did not do much wrong. His approach is known as the goalkeeper independent technique. That is, he picks a spot in the goal and tries to find it, regardless of what his opponent does. The 39-year-old is, not for the first time in his career, backing himself. His shot is powerful and sneaky inside the post, even if it is a good height for Oblak to reach neither low nor high enough. The save brings a dilemma. What should Ronaldo do if the match reaches a shootout? It is debatable whether he should have been asked to take a second penalty at all, let alone go first. Logic dictates the best penalty taker should open the shootout for his team, not wait for the glory slots at no 4 or no 5. The battle might not get that far. This happened at Euro 2012 when Ronaldo, against Spain in the semi-finals, waited to be the 5th taker, but misses from teammates meant Portugal lost the shootout before he was called upon. But even with his head seemingly scrambled after his initial miss, leading to floods of tears on the pitch, Ronaldo steps up. And so we return to the photo above. Plan A had failed. Time for Plan B, the goalkeeper-dependent technique. This involves a player inserting a delay or bluff into their run-up to try to dupe the goalkeeper into moving first, leaving one side of the net open. This can happen due to an action bias in penalties, where goalkeepers often feel they have to move. How embarrassing would it be to stand still, expecting a shot down the center, only for an opponent to slot the ball gently past you? They must also try to go as early as possible, especially now the days of players sticking with one technique are gone. In theory, a powerful, brilliantly aimed shot into the top half of the goal should be enough, but the margins are shrinking. Goalkeepers have become increasingly agile and will study footage to see if there is a favored side for the opposing player. They remember them, or even write notes on a water bottle. Just look at where Oblak stops the first penalty with his prodigious wingspan and 6 feet 2 in 188 centimeters frame. Takers must adapt. Ronaldo's Portugal teammate Bruno Fernandes has admitted to adjusting his technique depending on the keeper in question and has varied his hop, skip, strike approach to keep them guessing. It worked well on Monday as he coolly slotted home Portugal's second spot kick. Harry Kane, previously a fully fledged member of the independent club, has also started varying his run-up, inserting a brief pause in some kicks this season. After Bayern Munich drew with Arsenal in the Champions League quarter-final first leg, in which Kane scored a penalty against David Raya, the England striker told TNT Sports, "I did some research on his shootout against Porto. He really gets to the corners early, so I had to change my style a little bit. It was nice to see him go early and make it easy for me." Having an armory is important in a shootout. After the rifle failed, Ronaldo had another couple of options. He has the Panenka, the toy gun with a bang flag that can, despite its lack of pace, be devastating. It can dent the ego of the goalkeeper, who flings themselves to the ground before the ball has landed, or that of the striker, who chips the ball delicately into their arms looking at you, Javier Hernandez. Ronaldo has tried that before, but it is risky, especially as Oblak seemingly read his mind just minutes before. In this freeze frame, taken from the match against NLS All-Stars last year, he has just performed a skip just before striking the ball. While at first glance this does not appear to have been beneficial, Tyler Miller has fractionally moved on to his right side. This, in penalty poker, is the tell, with Georgina cool enough to keep his head up during his transition into his kick. Instead of looking at the ball, he can now calmly slot the ball to the opposite side, knowing that, even if it is only a slight transfer of weight, his opponent is committed. This is what Ronaldo went for with his second penalty against Slovenia in the shootout. His only problem, Oblak called his bluff. He does not move. There is no transfer of weight, his body is relaxed, he's in the saloon before the duel has even started. Ronaldo, meanwhile, has stopped midway through his run. Without a delay close to the ball, like Georgina, the benefit of surprise has gone. His stutter has stalled his chances, and now he only has one big step to generate enough power and direction to beat Oblak. To his credit, Ronaldo does it, with an even more precise penalty than his first. Oblak is beaten, despite guessing the right way again. Ronaldo, despite his inability to score in open play during the tournament and huge question marks over his starting place for Portugal, found a way to goal under immense pressure and has kept goalkeepers guessing should he need to step up from the spot again. Cristiano Ronaldo's sister has claimed that the soccer star broke down in tears after missing a Euro 2024 penalty against Slovenia because he saw their mother on the stadium's big screen, suffering from a lifetime of pain. The former Manchester United player redeemed himself by scoring in the shootout, setting up Portugal for a quarter-final match against France on Friday. However, despite his redemption, the seasoned goalscorer missed several opportunities for Roberto Martinez's team. There were calls for him to be benched before Jan Oblak blocked his 12-yard attempt in the first period of extra time. Images of Ronaldo in tears during a huddle halfway through extra time became one of the defining moments of the evening. Portugal goalkeeper Diogo Costa emerged as the hero, blocking all three Slovenian attempts in the shootout. Ronaldo's sister, Elma Aveiro, defended her brother in an Instagram post, claiming that the real reason for his emotional state was their mother. This scene happened when he saw our mother on the giant screen, suffering from a lifetime of pain, she wrote, alongside an image of Ronaldo's tears. Do you know what that means? You don't know, no one will ever know. Not everything is football, fame, and money. Ronaldo had 8 attempts on goal against underdog Slovenia and received heavy criticism for trying to score a couple of free kicks from unlikely angles. Despite his apparent physical struggles, it's unlikely that Martinez will bench the world's most famous soccer player. In a post-match interview with Portuguese Sport TV, Ronaldo confessed, "Even the strongest people have their bad days. I was down and I was sad because the team needed me." Initial sadness and joy at the end. That's what football brings, inexplicable moments from the 8th minute to the 80th. That's what happens. I could have given the national team the advantage, but I didn't manage it, Oblak saved. I didn't miss once during the year, and when I needed it most, Oblak saved. It's a feeling of sadness and joy at the same time, but the most important thing is progressing. The team deserved it. Slovenia spent almost the entire time defending, and when it's like that, it's very difficult. The team deserves congratulations, especially our goalkeeper who made 3 good saves.